Welcome, thank you for joining me. We are at Canada's Wonderland. Today's a special day because it's reserved for Gold Season Pass holders only, if I understand right. We already had these passes for the last year or two, and they keep extending it because of what we've all been through for the last couple of years. So our passes work for today, and the park officially opens next week, but we thought we'd come and have a look and see what today is like. So for the first time in 2022, welcome to Canada's Wonderland. There's lots more people than I would have expected. And there's Kira and Kristen. My nephew David is off in the background as well. So let's flip this camera around. We'll give you a look at what everybody's doing. Thank you everybody for coming in. I know Thrill Seeks is here. Scratch and PPA of course is here. Eagle, I think, was here earlier. Ace Flaw 1 has been a friend of mine for what's getting on maybe even 2.5 to 3 years. And thank you for being here. Is there still another piece in there? Oh, here. Got it? Yeah. If you could believe this, right at the last second, Kristen's lens cover, you know, for your phone broke. And it's like little shards of plexiglass or whatever these things are made of, and she just got like a sliver from it. It's crazy. Pieces of it. I'll spare you the nauseating look at the bleeding finger and everything, but she'll be fine. So we've just come into the entrance. Off in the distance behind those trees, you can see the famous mountain. Used to be part of the logo when Paramount owned it. Paramount owned this park for a few years, and the talk was that they wanted it so they could film here, right? Paramount, the movie company and everything. I used to work here when I was, I forget how old, 18, 19, 20, something like that, for a couple of seasons. I worked on a few rides. The Zumba Flume was one, and that's gone now. The carousel, just a classic, you know, horse riding carousel, a few other rides. And what I would do is offer to be the extra on the crew. So if any other crew needed a spare person, I'd go running over there for the day. What that allowed is I could work here all the time. I basically lived at this place. And then I'd never get bored. So I do double shifts all the time and everything else. Donut Toys and Games, thanks for coming in. Forgive me for anybody I haven't welcomed yet. Thrill Seeks, of course, is always loving the theme park footage. I'm going to start walking around in a second. Vibes with the Thompson family, thanks for being here as well. This year, things are different. I finally upgraded my phone, so I'm using an iPhone 12 mini. And the picture seems to be pretty better than decent, I think, right? I think I got too much weight on the gimbal with this case. I keep it in a like fake otter box, but I think it plays havoc with the motor, so you get that little twitching in the video. I'm gonna have to think about changing that at some point. I think we're gonna start walking in a second here. Give you a look at the entrance. I couldn't believe how many people were here. You know, considering it's meant to be a pass holder's day only. Doesn't look any less busy than it does on any other day. There's Leviathan going off in the background. You're getting an idea of how busy the park is. That's just the front entrance. This place is huge. It's Canada's largest theme park. I forget if it has 17 roller coasters or something like that. Thank you, Vibes with the Thompson family. They put a new ride in for this year. I didn't even look or ask, but they've been doing a decent job lately. Cedar Fair's got it now. This place has changed hands many times during my lifetime. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, I was actually just a young lad while it was built. thanks everybody for hanging out. We don't really have any kind of a plan for today. We're just walking around. We've been here many times, luckily. I know that wind's a bit much right now, but there hasn't been a lot of that, so it should settle down once we get settled somewhere. It's one of the reasons why you see a lot of people in shorts and hoodies today. It's actually warm enough, in my opinion, to be almost summer weather, but the wind just chills it enough that if you stand still too long, you could get a little bit cool.
Oh, you know what's down today? The wind seeker. It's not working today.
That's it right there, right? That's the wind seeker right there. No? What is that?
Wind seeker is
the tall swing line.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's the slingshot.
Extreme.
That's what I said.
What we don't like. Well, come on, you have to find a waiver.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope that you will. And if you have the ability to share this on a social network or a community tab, please do.
Get a shot of that. Yukon Striker.
Yukon Striker's about to go. I don't know if I'm going to catch this. They hang these guys over the edge before they drop them. You can see that happening right now. And they're going to go through that loop in a second too. We'll get a better look at that soon enough. I don't know whether we're going to come and eat here after or somewhere. We're already talking about food. Here's a flight deck. This used to be called Top Gun, probably when Paramount had it. I like these roller coasters. They're hanging ones, right? Wonder if I can catch this thing going while we're walking. I don't see the cars running at all. I'll try to catch that if they start rolling. You can see there's lots of games. These are spread out everywhere. So there's areas where they have a few games all at once, but they're spread out throughout the park. So there's lots of opportunity to spend unreasonable amounts of money. And actually, this is the first year that Canada's Wonderland is cashless. So they got this special machine at the front. Maybe I'll go look at it after. And what happens is you can take cash, put it in, and they'll give you a special card, almost like a gift card looking thing, right? And then you can use that to spend money through the park. But they're not actually taking cash anywhere. I just got a coffee from the Starbucks here, and they don't even take cash there. Might be the beginning of bigger things coming. I'm gonna lose Kristen and Kira and David in a second here. I might have already lost them. Now we'll catch flight deck later. I don't want to get too far away from these guys. See, look at that. I lost them already. Here we go. See this cash to card thing is what I'm talking about. They must have one in here because this is an arcade, right? And this is it here. There's one of those cash machines that I'm talking about. So you can put your cash in there. They'll give you a card. I'm probably going to do that later, actually. I'll go back outside in 1 second here, but get an idea of what an arcade looks like in 2022. The Stock Explorer, Nora, thank you for coming in. Purple Tube, always good to see you. That's a longtime friend of mine. Thank you for coming in. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a card because today is gonna be a double monster day, bro. I'm gonna need one of those cards to get a monster out of there. Now I gotta try to figure out already whether Kristen and Kira and David went on flight deck or not. I don't think they did. They don't like it. They said that one, your head kind of hits the restraints too much, and especially if you're wearing earrings, it bothers you. Live on YouTube. Say hi if you want.
Hi YouTube. sorry. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Do you know where the washrooms are?
Oh, there's, you might have to walk 5 minutes that way again, right
Okay.
after Starbucks at the front entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pardon me, I'm just going to run between you here. Thank you. I fully lost these guys. That's okay. We'll just take a look around for ourselves. So, beaver tails is this interesting thing. We'll probably get them later. These guys like them. We've had them at a couple different places. And it's just a pastry with different things on it. Like, you know, they'll put Nutella on it. They'll put different kinds of toppings, icing, things like that. And then Smarties or Reese's Pieces and all kinds of stuff. And then Chicken Shack I haven't had, but I think that's pretty obvious by the name. Here goes Yukon Striker again. We'll have a better look at this right now. This is the newest of the roller coasters, and it's a monster. I know David Thrill Seeks is probably dying for a chance to go on this one day. That's a 90-degree drop. That is straight down. I haven't been on that thing. I don't think I want to. Chris's Clever Craft, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Not to mention, as soon as you get down, that thing goes right underground, eh? Mikey, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Oh, you worked at one of these places, Purple Tube? Yeah, I worked at this park when I was much younger. But I loved it. I basically lived at this place. You would never go on it? Yeah, Stock Explorer. I'm one of these guys now. I don't know what it is, man. I don't want to go on the big, huge things. When my son was growing up, I brought him on one here called Behemoth. Showed you the blue one. We'll look at that closer after too. And these things are just monstrous. So I went on the Behemoth with my son, and as soon as we got off of that thing, I was like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. I don't know what's up with that. I was hoping to run back into Kristen and Kira and them, but I don't know how I'm going to make that happen now. Here's another place to eat. They got plenty of food scattered around. Even ice cream's already got people at it. Northeast Lincolnshire Train Spotting Hub. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hadn't seen this this other ride here with the planes until I think the last time we were here. They got some new stuff. How are you? Live on YouTube. You want to say hi?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
Where are you guys from?
Oshawa.
Really? So, okay, so not too far. Obviously the first day for 2022. You plan on coming a lot this summer?
Oh yeah.
Very good. Okay, cheers.
Have a nice day.
That Yukon Striker is something else. They've all been on it before. Let's see what I can do. I gotta get rid of my coffee here. Oh, we're gonna actually watch this take off live on YouTube. Okay. These guys are going for a ride of a lifetime that I will never do.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi. How are you? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to catch the speed of this thing when they go, but we'll see.
What's your YouTube?
Kevin K. K-A-Y-E. It's live right now, so if you go on, you'll find it easy. Oh, they're getting ready to go. Joy Blessed Life, good to see you in the house. Scratch and Pete, you gonna come to Wonderland this year? Oh, holy smokes. It's hard to even catch these guys. That is some unbelievable thing. I don't like heights at all. Things have gotten better since I've gotten older, of course, but I'm one of these people who looks down from a height and almost freezes. I was gonna text these guys and see what happened here.
Would you do this?
No, never. Not happening.
Are you a YouTuber?
YouTube right now. Yeah, live. Hi, how are you doing? Trying to see where they are. We'll see if we get a text back and catch them. There's a ride, I guess, that's not up there, like swing type things right there. We'll catch another closer look at the Yukon Striker here. You can see it's a gorgeous day, so I'm probably going to be sorry I wore a hoodie. It's the most common thing we see here today. It really is almost t-shirt weather. It's that dangling over the edge that really is something else. And then the question, of course, in the chat is, would you do that? How many people here watching right now would go on that Yukon Striker just with that 90-degree drop? It actually doesn't seem that high now that we're like so close looking at it, right? As you can imagine, they got just about every kind of ride here by now. They've taken some out. Off in the distance, you see one of the wooden roller coasters. I'm not sure if that's Mindbuster. Yeah, it is. The Great Canadian Mine. Let's go walk over there, actually. Oh, I found here. Never mind. I found Kristen and Kira and David. We'll go see the Mindbuster after. I didn't mean to get away from them, but those of you who've known me for any amount of time, you know I love to talk and not pay attention to what's happening on the screen. Thought I lost you for a second. I don't know if you knew where I was or not. I was standing right there, I was watching the slingshot. Where are you going to next?
Kira's had a headache.
Yeah.
So like maybe she's gonna grab something small.
Oh yeah. Okay. You want here? You want the thing? Okay. All right. These guys are gonna eat, so I'm gonna wander then.
Okay.
And then I don't know. We'll just meet up after.
Yeah, of course. I love you.
I love you. I can't remember for the life of me where I am for some reason. I feel like we were just here. All right. I'll meet up with you after. This is. I was crazy about this when I was a kid. The idea of what do we call this again? Airbrushing was fairly new, or it seemed to be, or whatever. And I think I got my first airbrushed T-shirt here. They got the franchises in between their independent stuff. Like I said, I had a Starbucks coffee earlier. I can't remember if these things are new enough that I ever went on them. For the life of me, I can't remember. So Sledgehammer is something, I think that was closed when we were here before, but the Cyclone has gone many times. And they got like other games here too, right? You can shoot hoops right here. People do a lot of that. You see, like in the afternoon, we'll see a lot of people bouncing basketball. Those horses and things. Hilda DC, my dear friend, thank you for hanging out. This thing looks like it's just about ready to go. Mrs. VSNC09 is in the house. Most of the people here in the chat have channels of their own, so feel free to check each other out. Oh, thank you so much, Joy Blessed Life. Thank you.
I remember her.
You can't, yeah, Hilda DC, when we walk in the front gate, they tell you no phones, and they even make announcements over a loudspeaker about it, like no phones on rides. So we know that already. Now, what I do have with me is a GoPro, and what I would like to do is kind of put it on. I got that chest strap thing, put a jacket over it, and then as the roller coaster starts going, unzip it a little bit and let the camera out. But the problem with that is, like, I did work here a long time ago. I'm sure things haven't changed. They are militant when it comes to safety. They do not take any chances, and my fear is that if I pull a maneuver like that, they will stop the ride just because of it. And you wouldn't want to do that to everybody, so they'll also consider ejecting you from the park. Here, we'll watch this first. The other ride's going. I'll go catch that in a second. Holy smokes. Thing went a lot faster than I thought it did. So what does everybody prefer in the chat? I should have done a poll. You prefer roller coasters or thrill rides? Because that's some thrill, I'm sure. I don't think I've seen the behemoth running yet. Badger, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Connor Nix, gonna be here this summer. I hope to come and do a few live streams here. We'll see. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you in the house. Word up. They got to be just about done their round. Most of these rides run for a minute to a minute and a half. I did a video last summer of 5 of the rides, and if you count the times, it was about that long. So that's the Sledgehammer. We're gonna go and watch a Cyclone now, and then I'll keep moving. Oh, Purple Tube like swing type rides. One of the rides I worked on, hi, live on YouTube. One of the rides I used to work on was the swings. They used to be over here. I don't know if they still are. There's the carousel that I was talking about. I used to work on this ride. Now, it's a long time ago, you know, long time ago. But in my opinion, it's a great job. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I used to basically live at this park. I would work every double shift I could, and I'd be here the rest of the time anyway. When you work here, they let you in for free like all the time. You can just come and go as much as you want, right? You get to go in the staff entrance and go in all the back areas. They got a special cafeteria, or at least they did at the time, for the staff, where they can have lunch and things like that. And they give you passes. I think it's twice a year that they used to give us, like a set of 6 passes for family and friends and stuff, which is kind of cool. This is the Cyclone, another swing type thrill ride. This is gonna swing and spin. I didn't wear sunscreen today. I know I'm gonna be upset about that after. The things you gotta remember. Thank you for the share, Thrill Seeks. Thank you everybody for all the shares. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't already given it a thumbs up, I hope you will. They really do help. And if you do have the ability to share on a community tab or another social network, I'll appreciate that as well. Live on YouTube, how are you? Kevin K. It's live right now. You'll find it easy. I can tell you this. I've been waved to more times this year already than probably an entire live stream last year. Because I think just streaming itself on YouTube particularly has become more popular. Not to mention TikTok, Instagram, and everything else, right? So. Two pineapples in the house. Good to see you here. They live in a beautiful area of Hawaii. They have a 24-hour live stream going. It's longer wait times than I thought from the time they're like setting these rides up to the time they get going. But my guess is, again, they're militant about safety. So they go over and over and over, checking belts. They give each other the thumbs up. They've got several panic buttons, and it's, you know, many people's job to stand by these things with their hands covering at all times. They literally will stop the ride and possibly pull you off the job if your hand is on top of one of the buttons instead of in front of it, for instance. They are not kidding. So it's good to know that, right? You know, they care so much about safety. Aztec, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Two Pineapples is out on location today. They're close to a volcano that's got some serious activity. It's erupted a couple of times, so they're covering that right now. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. I hope not. Always good, Aztec, always. Hopefully you are well too. Thank you for asking. And there they go. I had never understood. It's not a long run time on that, but for the 45 or 60 seconds they've been doing that, that's got to be enough. And there that goes. Okay, so let's keep walking. The classic carousel over here, it's always busy. Oh, and the swings are still there. You can see it just behind the trees. You know, I don't remember as much as I think I do. Those coaches are cool, eh? This one seems to go a little bit longer. I guess this is more like 2-3 minutes. Something like that. Oh, but you got permission, Thrill Seeks, to use the GoPro? My understanding is here they just don't allow it. Now, I don't know. I haven't tried to stand there and sweet talk anybody or anything like that. There you have it, the classic carousel. Now I did see behind us there that the flight deck was moving, so we'll watch that the next round maybe. There's one thing I forgot that I had mentioned probably the last time, is that when I had worked here, the trees were much younger. So now it's a bit more of a challenge to try to film around them. As you can see, and figure out which way I can go to catch these swings. And then we'll watch the flight deck for a round, and then we'll keep moving. This is the area where we came through earlier. Oh, there we go. I like those roller coasters best, the hanging ones. We have two here. We have this one and the vortex that goes through the mountain and around the mountain. Unbelievably busy day for a pass holder only day. I'm already thinking about the 4 o'clock monster. Let's see what we're gonna do about that. Yeah, all the machines are working. What are we looking at for a price on these things? Doesn't say. $5.75 probably. Woo-hoo-hoo. My goodness, if they're even there, I don't see a price on them. Hope I can get a monster. Yeah, you see the trees have all grown around the swings, so you can't see them. That's crazy. Walk by these things, if you blink, you're gonna miss them. Theme park prices, yeah, for just about everything. I thought last year when we were here it was $5 for a monster. I thought it was $4.75, but I could be wrong. The other thing too is that's when the machines took cash, and now they don't. You got to go get one of those cards. So why not raise the price? It's not real money anyway. It's not like you're actually pulling a $10 bill out of your wallet and watching it disappear. Swings is another classic, fairly tame ride. Oh, no discounts in the vending machines. They have other programs though, so Kristen knows about it. She's got a drink pass. They've got eating passes and drinking passes now. They never had any of this stuff years ago. I'm sure that's all Cedar Fair stuff. They're pros, right? But if they did some math and figured out, okay, how much does the average person spend on food and drinks, and you know, how many people can we bet are gonna buy special passes if we have them, they could do some math and end up coming out ahead. Because, you know, I don't know if fountain drinks still cost 7 cents for a gallon, but it can't be much more than that. Why the monsters see me on that swing. I'm gonna go on some rides. I don't know what I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on something more exciting than that. Aztec doesn't like this stuff. Aztec doesn't want to go on. So there we go. See, we came by here. There's the, I'll just show you again for those of you who just joined. There's the machine. Actually, here, let's, I don't know, I was going to put $100 in there, but we might not spend $100. Maybe I should think about that before I get all trigger happy with putting money in machines and stuff. But, because those guys are eating already. I don't know if we're going to eat again. We likely will, but I can't bet. And then the problem is, now you got this card. Don't lose it. Don't misplace it. Don't forget it the next. Otherwise, at the end of the season, you're going to end up with a handful of these cards with $10, $20 that never get spent. So they might be right around here, actually, because they were going to eat. I don't know whether they stayed here or went somewhere else. So we'll just keep walking. They've got these Coca-Cola refreshment stations now. They've got, it's not really warm enough yet. I am starting to feel sorry I wore a hoodie. But you can see how almost everybody's wearing hoodies today. These refreshment stations, there's at least one. This looks like one. And it's got mist on the really hot days that sprays like right on you. So you can cool right off really quick. Pardon me, I'm just going to walk through. So they got all their machines lined up. Can't tell if this has the sprinklers in it or not. There's a nest up there. That's interesting. A couple of nests. We don't know what's living up there. And then we'll head down and you see the Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. I keep calling it the Great Canadian, but it's Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. So that's a wooden roller coaster, and that's been here, as if I remember right, since the park started. I am not a fan. The wooden coasters are so, they move around too much. Oh, there goes Behemoth in the background too, down the hill. Here's our entrance for the Yukon Striker. This way, guys.
Stop.
You and me both, Aztec. I do a couple of them. I started to think to myself lately, you know, we come here with family and then I don't really go on many of the rides, but the point was to be spending time with family, so we expect to be here all day. Park will be open until I think 8 o'clock tonight, I forget. We'll go on lots of stuff, but my idea will be to go on, let's say, one ride with each person that's in our group. So for today, as long as I go on 3 different things, then that's okay, because you get your experience with everybody. I'll give you a real close-up of this now. You can hear them getting to the top of the hill, and that 90-foot drop again. And copyright music. Excellent. Another heavy drop right here, actually. Thrill Seeks is literally loving that idea of that ride, I'm sure. So we're wandering aimlessly now. For how many times I've been to this place, even in the last couple of years, I never remember where anything is. A few things closed here and there, it looks like. Lots of food, like I keep saying. Lots of opportunity to eat. Funnel cakes we might get. In the last time that I streamed here, I had said we'd probably get funnel cakes and we didn't. But they're at the front of the park. Haven't really had many of those in my life, actually. Like I should have picked a more entertaining way to walk. The only thing this area is to walk around this track. Yeah, live on YouTube right now. You want to say hi?
Hi.
How you doing, guys?
How many subscribers do you have?
9,000, something like that.
What's your YouTube?
Kevin K-A-Y-E. It's live right now, so if you search Wonderland, you'll probably find it. Kevin, and then K-A-Y-E.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin.
K-A-Y-E.
Kevin Gates Wonderland?
No. K.
Oh, K-A?
Y-E.
Yeah.
And then space, and then Kevin, and it should come up. Oh, I don't know where it is. Here it is.
Yeah,
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Okay, have a good day. There's a difference when you're walking with the gimbal. If you're not talking, then people just assume you're filming. When you're talking, then they get an idea that you're probably streaming. I tend to hold the phone and the gimbal up way high just so that while I'm streaming, if anybody saw me coming, they could decide to hop out or duck away if they wanted to, if they didn't want to be on film. Wonder if we can rate the rides by how many times they scream during a round. If that's any indicator. If anybody's watching and hasn't come into the chat yet, I hope you will. We got a lot of friendly faces here, many friends that have been with me for a long time. Some friends that have been made just over the last couple of months. Oh, goodness, Joy Blessed Life. Canada Explorer, good job. You can buy all kinds of stuff here. Body dryer. I hadn't even seen that. $5. $5. I guess that dries you off quickly. There's a kid zone over there. I usually don't bother going in that area. Obviously, it's rides for younger people and this and that. They got height requirements on everything, as you'd expect. S.A. Lagari, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. All of our moderators here in the chat have channels of their own as well. They've all been longtime friends of mine, so I hope you'll connect with them and see what they've got going on their channels. Everybody here does something a little bit different. We'll see this ride here. Whitewater Canyon opens May 20th, they say. And I wonder if that's when they're going to open the water park and everything too, right? The whole thing. I'm always good. Thanks for asking. Say Lagari. Hopefully you're doing well also. This ride's really new. I don't know when they put it in, but it's something I've only seen a couple of times so far. There's a ride we're going to see in a minute. I don't know if it's running. They might have blocked off this whole area. It looks like it is. There's a ride, I think it's called Lumberjack. Looks like 2 axes or something like that, battle axes or whatever. And they, just swing up and down almost in a 360. And it got stuck last year. Not while I was here, unfortunately. You don't wish that on anybody, forgive me, but it got stuck for some period of time. And I'm sure that was fun for everybody. There's that famous mountain again, and this red track is a lot of the Vortex. That's that hanging coaster that might be my favorite in the park. I used to like this one that we had where we stand, but they took that out a while back. I never remember for the life of me what that was called either. Another interesting swinging, spinning throw ride. Oh, here's the thing I was talking about, this lumberjack thing. It's closed right now. Get a better view of that in a second when we get around the area. The fly is off in the distance there, that yellow track. It's much more tame kind of roller coaster, the kind of thing you find in a fair or carnival. I know people love those things though. And as you can tell from the look of this thing, it's fairly new as well. I forget the name of this. We'll go and find out in a second. Here's the lumberjack that I was talking about with those 2 axe looking things. You hop on there and it just spins in a almost 180 and eventually 360. Vortex is cool because they got water down there as well, if you can see that, and the coaster goes like so low you think your feet are going to hit the water. Is this all lineup for the Vortex? Oh goodness, I might not be going on that today. I think this is the lineup. Going all the way up the hill here. More food. And that is Soaring Timbers that we just saw, that ride. I'm still not as familiar with some of these newer ones as I once was, the older stuff. See how that vortex goes through the mountain, right? Like parts of it up at the top there. Loops and everything else. I like that thing very much. Pardon me, I'm just gonna walk by here. Thank you. Here's the fly. Be running in a second, I'm sure.
Okay, wait. Yeah, sure. And then you guys want to come in Shockwave then?
Gotta be careful walking in these places too. You know, I'm trying to focus on the screen a little bit and walking backwards and this and that. Everybody's so excited and distracted, it's easy to bump into everybody. I am Betty J. Gathers is here. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Good to see Bautissimo is on the case as well, welcoming everybody. I'm assuming the fly's gonna get moving in a second here. They got multiple cars. And what a gorgeous day. Like there's not even a cloud. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. If I got my camera raised, it's at eye level. If I turn around, you see where I am, kind of. It actually flipped while I did that, but that's the gimbal. Camera's at about my eye height, so I can read the chat. I got my other phone here just in case I need it though as well. Picture on this thing spectacular too, eh? That's an iPhone 12 mini. If anybody can share the stream, whether it's on a community tab here on YouTube, if you have that, or on another social network like Twitter or Facebook, if you're in a group, or Reddit in a forum, or even Discord, any of these places, I'll appreciate that as well. It helps get a couple more people in right now, but could get this video pushed out afterwards as well. Oh, that was faster than I thought. It's like every ride in the park is faster than I thought it was. Cars at a time they let go. Let's look at the fly.
No, it's not.
That's more games than things. There's one of those cash machines again. Yeah, S.A. Ligari, thank you. Yes, it is Kevin K from Tuber Chat. Thank you for asking. Yes. There you go. Just so there's evidence, there's proof. Were you really there? Yes, actually I was. You know, in most of the streams, I forget to even look at the camera at all. I just put it on the action all the time. Lots more games you can win. So I did a video that showed like a full round of 5 different rides. And Tiny Tim Donuts. Those of you might remember that we got those last time as well. I'm sure we'll get those. That's a special thing. And one of the interesting things about these is that they show you how they're made. Somewhat. So you see they're working on them there. They got a couple of flavors too. I think it's cinnamon and chocolate or something like that. Here, look. Cinnamon, icing sugar, apple and cinnamon or chocolate. Interesting. Oh, look at this. She's not kidding, eh? Watch how she flips these things. Not your first day, I guess. This is a familiar area, so I'm gonna go this way. We'll see this shockwave. This is another another ride similar to one we just saw. Now, we were just there a minute ago and I forget the name of it. Look at the size of this raptor-looking dinosaur here.
Where's our food?
There's the bat in front of us, that red track. That coaster looks very small, right? It doesn't look like a long track because it goes forward and then turns around and goes backwards as well. So it's really cool, and you see the loops in here. We're gonna catch a full round of that right now, actually. They're almost at the top, as you can see. Yeah, thank you, S.A. Lagari. Thank you, Thrill Seeks, for the tweet. Thank you, everybody who has shared and given the thumbs up. Those things really help. Now, you can imagine as you're being pulled up the rest of the hill, you don't know when it's going to let go, and it just all of a sudden lets go. I think I put this in that video as well. There you have it. How you doing? Live on YouTube. Cheers right now, yeah? Cheers, guys. That was the bat. I'll show you this other ride, Shockwave, that I was talking about here. We got around to this. This was in that video that I did last year also. I must have like hung out in this area or something. And what do we got here? Face painting. Who's gonna make the first joke about whether I should get my face painted or not?
I gotta choose our vacations, okay? I gotta submit, otherwise I'm done. I can't.
Will it be fun if I do that and then show up for Tuber Chat as a tiger or a lion or something? Tonight? Thank you, I am Betty J. Gathers. Thank you very much. Oh, I see. Kaz, yeah, it's interesting all the different names like that mean different things at different parks, right? There you see the fly off in the background again on the right there. They just went down the hill. Shockwave's gonna take off. I'm having trouble seeing this. There's sun's in my eyes where I am. You can imagine on so many of these different rides, there's a different experience, whether you're in the inner seat or the outer seat, right? Like on the roller coasters going in the front car or the back car and things like that. I used to like coming on days where it rains because you get on all the coasters so much faster and you can, you know, they let you just go for round after round after round if you want sometimes. That's it. So off in the distance there, you can see that there's another, it looks like more like a kid area because Snoopy and Charlie Brown and stuff like that. And I haven't been over there, so while I'm not 100% certain, I bet that that's what's over there. Somebody in the chat might even know better than I do, but we'll go the other way then. I know Kristen texted me a while ago. see what she had to say. I think she said they found food or yeah, something small to eat. And they're just chilling.
Do you want me to wait here?
I'll eat something after. We did have breakfast. I'm not dying yet. Everybody here seems to know me well enough to know that I don't miss many meals. So you don't have to worry about that. And I'm still kind of amazed at how busy the park is today, considering it was meant, if I understand right, to be a pass holder only day. And then the classic fight, whether we call this the wild beast or the wildebeest. It's been a war that's been going on ever since the park opened, if I remember right. That's another wooden coaster. So I forget. I know I did the same thing last time. I'm gonna see if I can find the exit of this and see if we can get any view of this. Another subway. They got a few of these. Yeah, here's the way to the exit. I don't know if we're gonna get any real activity here. We can try. Probably just catch them going up the hill. I think I remember this from last time now.
How Dylan?
Oh, do not cross when... oh, that's the gate. They might throw me out of here, we'll see. Not going to catch very much here. And Drop Zone is right there too. You see Leviathan in the background. It's a much bigger park than I'm making it seem today, I think. It's kind of cool how like the whole park doesn't go out of character, right? Like, so every sign, cast members only, as opposed to staff and things. So, you know, it's fun everywhere. There's a Canadian flag. New meaning for that symbol this year now. Oh, Johnny Blaze, yeah. You know, I guess masking is going to be something that's just going to go on for forever. There's a lot more than you'd expect, actually. Some of the places you go to shopping or, you know, just walking around and stuff, you'll see, in my opinion, more masks than I would have guessed. On day one, when they lifted the mask mandates for everywhere, I still found that at least 90 to 95% of people were wearing masks. I had to literally ask in the gas station, are we still wearing masks or what? Because there was 3 customers in there, there's 2 staff members, everybody's wearing a mask. Yeah, Kaz Crafts and more. That's one thing I don't miss from the going on a lot of the rides is the long queue times, right? On a beautiful day like this, of course, it's going to be like almost maxed out. Now, if you come on a long weekend, like what we call our May 2-4 weekend, or you come on Canada Day, it's just going to be like, I wouldn't be surprised to see 2-hour waits for some of the bigger coasters. Yeah, fast passes are a thing here now. Junior, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I was hoping this thing would get... see, run the risk of getting thrown out, but done this before. Just want to keep the activity going if we can. There's a bat again, right next door. Yeah, I can't figure out whether the name of this thing is Wild Beast or Wildebeest. It's been literally a war that goes on between people forever. These guys will be coming down the track in a second, I'm sure. They got lock boxes in there. Some of the rides, if not all of them, have 2. Because if the roller coaster has, let's say, 2 cars, then, you know, they know which car to open which lockbox. So you get your, you know, bag or whatever it is you've brought out. your valuables and stuff. You can't bring anything on the rides. Actually, I forget if it was the last time that we came here, but on that ride, the flight deck, which is a roller coaster, my son lost his phone. If you could believe this story, you can't make this up. This is like unbelievable. So the guy loses his phone on the ride, right? And you can imagine the frustration. We would all be driven into a frenzy if that happened, right? So he goes to the staff, and it was close to closing time. Live on YouTube. Got a couple waves from a couple people. Catch them going up the hill. Anyway, this guy loses his phone, talks to the staff, they go looking, nobody finds his phone. So, too bad, right? Like, you know, these things happen. And they looked everywhere. Everybody looked everywhere. So another half hour goes by, something like this. It's time to leave the park. We're heading out. As a last minute thing, they have a lost and found right at the front entrance. So he goes and he's about to report, like, hey, you know, my phone. As he's reporting, the person in line at the lost and found behind him was turning in his phone. I don't know how on earth you could figure out the odds of that happening, especially in a park this size, but it was almost like magic. So you might, for those of you who've known me for a while, hear me talk about the fact that I tend to be lucky about half the time. And maybe that's something that has been inherited through my son. I certainly hope so. But you can imagine tons of stuff that disappears here. We'll find there's one ride and it spins. It's got water. It's close to us. I can see it in the distance there. The two white pillars with the red crossbar. We'll head over there. I forget what that thing is called too. But when we get over there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's running. Here's another ride that does similar. What do we call this again? Vikings Rage. Almost like a pirate ship type thing. That's gonna swing and go upside down. I'm sure this has the same thing. So you can imagine it's somebody's job at the end of the day to go through the ride and collect all the change that's fallen. The show here is going to start June 25th. Water's too cold, right? We caught that show. If you want to see what they do, this pirate show that they do in the water, it's really spectacular. And I caught that last year on a stream. You can find that on the channel. We'll catch around to this, and there's a lot more rides in this area. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out, by the way. ST, good to see you in the house. The lines are all at about 2/3 of what you'd expect on an unbelievably busy day, so it's pretty busy. Most of the queues are full. We just passed the vortex and the line went right up the hill, so that's something else. Orchidelia, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We're just waiting for a round of this Vikings Rage, and then we'll continue on. See the area we're in, that's drop zone. Lots more games and different places to eat and drink and things like that. There we go. I think this was in my video as well last year. I just did a like 5 exciting rides type video where I showed a full round of these things. Oh, maybe this one doesn't go upside down. I forget now. We're learning together here. Doesn't stop anybody from screaming though. They may not need as big of a lost and found bin at this ride than I would have thought. Lots of thrill rides here. Oh, I know. Oh, I'm in a lot of trouble. Stock Explorer, I didn't get sunscreen. You know, I'm thinking actually, I don't know how long I'll keep the stream going, but at some point I'll go get sunscreen and put it on so at least save the rest of the day. I got no base left from last summer or anything, but I usually do not too badly just because in the summer months I'm out in the sun so much, so I can take a little bit more than you would think, considering my pasty white skin. Spinnovator. We just call this the barrels. My sister, I think if I remember right, used to love going on this ride. Her and my dad when we were kids. I didn't care for thrill rides when I was young at all. I'd only want roller coasters. ST I might be, I can't be certain. It depends on when everybody's feeling tired, right? First day out, it's a nice day, lots of sun and everything else, so it's anybody's guess as to how long we'll end up sticking around. You can see what I mean about the queue lines. Even for a ride like this, the queue's full or close to it, right? Again, you see Leviathan in the background there. Yeah, there's lots of people with jackets. Like Kristen has hers. I thought about wearing a t-shirt and a jacket because the problem is there's some wind. So now the sun is warm enough that probably almost anybody could be okay in a t-shirt. But if you stand still for any amount of time, it might be a little bit cool, you know. I tend to enjoy like colder weather. I'm a little bit sorry I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm right on the line of the comfort level, let's say. Well, I got beer right beside us too. Interesting. I didn't realize you could just buy that and walk around the park with it. There's Leviathan going up. I'll move back to the Spinnovator when this thing gets to the top. Leviathan might be the tallest ride in the park now. Behemoth was when they built it, and I think they built Leviathan to outdo the Behemoth, if I'm right. It's a huge track too, like long. There they go. Humid today in Florida. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit. I didn't check. Yeah, it's some drop. There was no delay there either, right? Like you saw, I've shown many times today the Yukon Striker, and the drop on that is like it's a 90-degree drop, but they dangle you before it goes. Some coasters do that. I think one of my second favorite one, which is a Dragonflyer, does that. That's one of the, like when you walk into the park and you head to the right, it's basically the first roller coaster that you go by. and it's almost like a tradition to go on that right away. That one I like is too overly high or wild. Leviathan I haven't. Spinnovator basic stuff. I guess these barrels don't spin, I forget. You know, sometimes you have these rides and the barrels or whatever they are spin. I've seen them with strawberries or ladybugs and stuff. It's a popular type of ride, right? Oh, that's interesting. Joy Blessed Life. I didn't know that. Yeah, I may or may not have known. I must have known, but that you could buy beer and walk around with it, but I don't expect to. So many windows open, yes. We finally got to open the windows this week. The weather hasn't been able to decide what it wants to do. We literally had weather just like today, and then a couple days later there was snow on the ground again. About an inch of it for a week, last week for a day. I'll be ready to eat soon by the time I hook up with these guys again. The Scrambler. Yeah, there's, yeah, I can't even think of all the different names for these things. See, Wonderland's so close that we've come so often, right? I don't really think about the idea of going to other theme parks. It's probably a good idea. Maybe this summer we can take off, go, I don't even know what's in Ottawa or Montreal. Ottawa's 6 hours away, Montreal about 8. We could. Or combine the two. Whether we'll be crossing the border anytime soon or not is another question, but we'll see. This is what I'm talking about, some of these monstrous stuffed animals. There's Kristen, Kira, and David. What'd you guys eat?
Doritos and brownies.
Doritos.
$36 burritos and
Oh, burritos, not Doritos.
no, sorry, Doritos,
Doritos.
brownies, and vitamin water.
Oh, goodness.
It was the only thing that we could get to because everything is lined up. They did a horrible job.
Oh, dear.
Preparing for the amount of people that
Oh,
are there.
yeah.
There's nothing open.
I wondered about that, yeah. Because it's opening day, right, kind of. So a lot of the staff might not have been trained or, you know, it's different when you're dealing with people than when you're talking about it. Where do you guys want to go now? I'll follow your lead, but there's all this stuff here. Have you done any of this? Are you doing Leviathan or no?
Yeah, I think it's going to be too long. My stomach is still bothering me. Like when I sit down, it twists again.
Okay. What about these other things? There's those the barrels right there. I forget what this thing is called. I forget everything. Nightmares.
Oh, the spinning.
You guys want to do that or no? Pretty sure Kira will be up for anything. So.
Spinnovator here.
We see all these games and things. Now that you guys ate and I didn't bother, I'm starting to get hungry.
So what we did, we went to this place that we used to have like a salad and stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
barely
yeah.
anybody in there, but they just made salad.
Yeah.
They had fruit that didn't get very fat, but they had chips and brownies.
No.
And vitamins.
Yeah, no, I need like food. Like it's gonna be time to eat hamburgers or pizza or something, or funnel cakes or beaver tails. Still atrocious? Yeah. There's your refreshment center. How does the drink thing work again? You've got a drink pass.
Yeah, it's attached to the season's pass. You go in, you get a drink, and then I think it's like every half hour or something like that.
Yeah, you can get a new drink up to every half hour. They know people are going to leech off each other's passes and stuff, so they just put that restriction. But you basically can drink as much as you want, then pop and I guess water and stuff. You guys going to do drop zone or no? Or
You wouldn't do it? I would do that with Kara.
what?
One thing I don't like is falling.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't like
It's
it?
just that.
I'd do it on my own if I got to.
Okay, you guys go to Nightmares? I don't know. We'll see.
So here's the lineup for Leviathan. You can get an idea of how long that is there. The drop zone is right beside it. We'll catch a round of that soon enough. Behind it is that Wild Beast. Yeah, it must be. We just passed that, right? The bat is still there. The mountain, we haven't even gone through. What is there? Thunder Run is one that goes through the mountain, and Vortex is the one I like that goes around it and everything else.
The lineup for Vortex is insane.
I saw it. It goes right up the hill. I couldn't believe it. It's just so much busier today than I thought it was going to be. The park officially opens next week. Oh, there's a drop zone going too. We've watched Leviathan a lot of times. We'll see that more. See if I can catch this. They hold you up there for a second.
You're seeing that the water show here opens on the 25th of May.
Yes. Yeah.
And May 20th is fireworks.
Oh, I didn't know that. May 20th fireworks. So we might have to think about that, but that's going to be a monster day because that's the May 2-4 weekend then. So I don't know if it's not coming here. It's getting out of here after when they do fireworks. Oh goodness, there are cars parked on the side of the highway and everything else watching that from anywhere you can see it. It's going to be time for a feast from King's Feast.
Well, I was thinking that maybe we should just have something small, and then once we leave here, why don't we just go to a restaurant?
Oh, we could. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how tired everybody gets.
Yeah.
I was thinking about sunscreen too. We'll watch a round of Nightmares right now. I don't know how long I'm going to keep the stream going. We'll go for a little while longer, but thank you everybody for hanging out, of course. Thank you, Hilda DC. Yes, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. Check out La Ronde. Wonder if I missed that Thrill Seeks, what you were talking about. Oh, the windows. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yes. Many windows open, as I usually do. That flew right over my head. I was thinking windows open because the weather is so nice. We just finally opened the windows to get some more. I'll come and film. We should probably try to get some TikTok stuff too. Most of the rides here are 60 seconds to 90, so they lend themselves almost perfectly to shorts and TikTok and reels and all that other stuff. The bat's gonna go one more time before this thing gets ready.
That is so fun.
Yeah. Don't do TikTok. Thrill Seeks, you saying don't do, like don't do, or are you saying you don't do? TikTok is something that seems to be magical lately. A lot of people are able to really like pull their 1,000 followers fast and therefore get monetized. Now, I don't know what the monetization actually looks like over there compared to the effort. And I don't know if the older videos still get the same number of views the way that, you know, YouTube kind of grows exponentially, but I don't know. Corinne's Life is a dear friend of mine. She's on both YouTube and TikTok, and she seems to be doing well. She's happy with TikTok. So, you know, I'm kind of relying on her to let me know the first-hand experience of what's going on. Some of you will notice that I did put a quick TikTok today just for this. You know, I've got to kind of use every excuse just to make something small and simple, just to get some content over there. And the followers will build up. Thank you, Joy Blessed Life. Oh, you're going to Dollywood now? Very cool. Oh, Kristen's doing something now. I don't know what she's doing. I'm assuming she's filming me, not herself. You see how long it takes to get this ride going? They're still waiting here.
Like forever. The line for this doesn't actually look that bad.
No, the line doesn't look terrible considering how many people they can get on that ride, right? In each one of those little sections, it's 4 people. So there's, I don't know, anywhere from 32 to 48 people, it looks like to me.
I can come back to watch it.
These guys are having a good time again. Surprised they didn't do a better job painting that. Like, you know, go over every ride with a can of paint. Look at the sides of that thing, you know. There's a thing missing, it looks like. I don't know if it is. Thank you everybody for watching, listening to me whine and complain about things that don't matter. Why do I have to tell them how to run their theme park? There goes Drop Zone again.
I think Drop Zone's gone down 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, probably. Leviathan's gone 4 or 5 times. That thing keeps moving. You know, it's got a big lineup, but at least they got that thing going continuously.
Anyways, we have to wait. I'm not going to. Let's just wait for the girls here. Go to the kids though. On the way.
Thanks everybody for watching. Again, if you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope that you will. I don't know how the wind is. Hopefully it's okay.
Oh, it's finally starting?
There it goes, yeah. Ben, another question. Who would go on that? I've been on it many times, but not any time lately. And there we have it. Okay, thanks everybody for hanging out. We've been around 30th, and then the following week is Mother's Day, and we should have episode 400 the day before. I think so. We'll see. So there's a few of those things coming up, and then I'll try to get outside in Niagara Falls or Toronto sometime in the next couple of weeks as well. So thanks everybody for hanging out. I really do appreciate every moment everybody has spent. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I hope you'll share this out on another social network like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on a community post here on YouTube. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody, for doing that. Those really do help. And we'll see everybody again very, very soon. Thanks, everyone.